It's basically just saying like, oh yeah, like they're right here and we're right beside them, but we need you to upgrade yourself and actually get out there before you can actually take these down.
Yeah, now I thought they were a little bit sneaky in some respects because so if and you'll see this with a couple of bosses coming up because it is going to be a common theme. Um like there's a lot of deaths. Be mainly because of the sheer overwhelming numbers that they throw at you. But the weird thing is that like some of them would respawn after multiple attempts, which is understandable. Um, but and say some of the bosses will regenerate their health at the same time too. The trick here is that because the stronghold is right around the corner, essentially you have to get there as fast, get back to where you were as quick as you can, so this stops from people from recovering
Mm.
and respawning essentially. So once you do that, like you're essentially away in a hack because you can say use one attempt to attrition the guy down to a reasonable health bar, regenerate, run down and kill him point blank before anyone else does. Um, like I feel that it's a bit of a cheap trick, so I try not to use it that much. But some levels are just like, but some bosses are just ludicrously bad in terms of how many people they're throwing at you. So that just seems to be the only option. Um, and then there's one coming up then where I couldn't do that because the guy was basically locked away, and you had to do different things to get him. I was like, ah, oh, you fucker, you got wise to what I was doing. You can't do a decent lock on system, but you can prevent me from cheesing this level. You shits. So again, I'm probably going to do what I did last time and try and actually get most, if not all, the sub bosses because it just seems to be like just life just seems to be easier if you do that just overall. And again, content. So so we're gonna jump in and try this one here, this Igor fellow. And again, big gaggle of guys guarding the tower. The first thing I aim for is a propane tank. Thanks, game. And I also can't like target too close to the the wall here because then I start just meleeing that instead.
Mm.
Because that game that's programming.
You could flip a coin, agent.
Well, you can't really flip a coin, can you? Because that'd be a 50 chance.
Like, I'm amazed how quickly they can take down your health.
Yeah, this is where it gets a bit a bit shitty because it is solely because the two main weapons have massive clips and massive damage, and then there's a few snipers knocking about as well. So that's like basically critical, giving you critical hits at the same token. So I won't say it's a bit cheap, but it's a very steep difficulty inline,
Yep.
which I suppose is the point. Now the fun part is trying to see how to deal with this level. Me foolishly thinking that would cause off a chain reaction of explosions. It did not.
Nope.
Which begs the question, why even put them here in the first place? It also doesn't help that like a lot of these lads seem to be armored.
Yep.
That's also another issue. Like I don't mind them having like second or third health bars, that's fine. But just suddenly like, oh, this guy just takes down just less damage generally is a bit shitty. And you have this fucking shooting gallery here. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck, people?
Find cover.
Like I said, it's very hard to actually be tactical in this game because there's just so many things happening at once.
Yep.
That's almost impossible to keep track. Ew. I know. I fell a slight incline. My knees. Don't know if it comes across, but I picked the wrong pickup point here. So let's go for a little jog across town. Look, everyone else is running across town too. Great. It's almost like some Eastern European troopers are terrorizing the streets. Someone should really do something about that.
Oh, wait, that person is me. Damn
it. Fuck. Damn it, I was hoping Terry Crews would be here.
Now for 2 more generations.
God damn it. Like already down, I've already lost a lot of shields at this stage. That's how many shots normally would be that. So it's already clearly counted for double damage because it's now the level 2 bosses. I think what's also quite telling is that it's very obvious that certain bosses, especially in this area, are intended that you have to use certain weapons to survive, to succeed.
You have
this
to
is
switch
very
your guns.
Yeah. Like this one is very much like, okay, you'll have an easy time if you do sniper rifle. Whereas I think there's one later on that kind of needs explosives just to deal with the crowd control. But even then, depending on your point of view, you might think actually explosives aren't the best because you've got limited ammo to work with, so you have to be tactical. So I don't know. It depends on which way you look at it, I guess. Definitely, snipers seem to be the way to go for some of them in this area, which is a shame because I don't think I have one, or I haven't picked up one yet. Anyway.
The fact that you won't get it, if you do happen to pick it up from the enemy, and you bring it back to a safe house, that's it, you have it.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, but it doesn't really give you much options in how to find it outside of it.
Yeah, you definitely have to just it is basically you snag anything you can get off these fellas, which again I don't mind as a mechanic. I think that works just fine, but there is that that aspect to it as well where well, there's only so much that you can do here as well.
See, that'd be the moment I switch guns. Firing squad.
Yay! It's also just trying to find a moment to just let you fucking rest because, again, if for even for your shield to come back up, you just need a moment of inactivity. But in those bosses, you don't have the time or the space. It is quite frustrating there. Again, look, there's no sour grapes here. This is where the game gets hard. I accept that, but looking while playing this, it doesn't help matters. This is just a very frustrating part of the game. Especially when you have mad cunts who are just spawn randomly outside of your level. They're just firing fucking machine guns at you. It's leave me alone. I'm trying to complete the game.
Usually what I used to do is I try to charge in, spin kick one of them, that way I can shoot the other. And it actually did work for a good degree.
Yeah.
So it kind of encouraged me to get stronger. That way, at least then, if there's a group of them, I can jump in. I can get 2 or 3 of them with the one kick.
Yeah, I've been trying to in certain ones I've tried different approaches and stuff like that, try and draw people out. But even here, like it's people shooting me from outside the gate. You fuck off, lads. Like these lads get like out having a fucking collective piss. So like, it's just like, why are 3 people just in a fucking room by themselves?
Gunfight going on. It's like, oh yeah, like they got it.
They were the reserves, apparently. Yeah, like what the shit, people. Just some very interesting level choices there. But anyway, so if I'm correct, this is now the successful attempt. So we will see how we get on. Again, very traditional. You can tell I've kind of probably whittled down a couple of people on this level after this time. Have some of that, you prick. It is quite satisfying to be able to mule kick them halfway across the yard. That feels good. Makes you feel like a very big boy.
Ah, you're right there.
Yeah.
You're right there.
I was. And you can see now he's starting to heal up. So literally if you like respawn immediately, chase after him, yeah, it's half the battle then. He doesn't heal up half as much as he should. You can literally still hear the explosions going off, people.
There he is.
There we go.
Eliminated.
Have some of that.
Fresh agency intel for you, Agent.
Yeah, sure. Let me just find a quiet part of town to to get into.
Igor Biragov's timely demise has destabilized.
That'd be like if like Snake is just like the codex is like, stop in my fucking ear.
Ugh.
I've just made it impossible for you to use weapons on that floor. Wait, what the fuck? Snake!
You know, I really shouldn't have done.
Snake!
On the hindsight, I shouldn't have done that.
Cryptic metaphor. Do you honestly think this is fucking fair? Just throw grenades at me. Cool. Ah, the awesome series.
It was an awesome series.
I still love going back and watching it.
It's that like watching stuff like that now is just such a weird artifact of the internet now, isn't it? It's just like, oh, this is what we used to find funny. Like the fucking Badger video is like 15 years old. Like that's the time period we're talking about here. Like it's a lifetime of the internet. And may I say, how shit it is now. People really have ruined the internet. It used to be a fun place where we just like log on and find like a funny clip. Now it's all political.
MSN Messenger.
Ah, simpler days. Simpler days. Finding all the hidden games and Messenger to play with your friends.
Oh Jesus!
On the lads.
Like even just like a chat, like an actual like chat, fucking like.
Yeah.
Like Messenger. But the fact that like gone are the days where you can actually like say stuff and actually like people can punch you in the mouth afterwards, like because what you say is wrong.
Yes.
So yeah, we're in a different age.
It is. Times change and all that shit.
Not always for the better.
No.
Just kick the car. Usually if I see an enemy like hide behind the car, I kick the car so it just gets them.
Oh yeah, shit, I should try that next time. That makes sense.
It was part of the fun of it as well.
There's a road race nearby, Agent. Put your foot down.
No, I will not put
Claim
my
the
foot
nearby
down.
agent
How
is
about
your
no?
point, Agent.
Although in fairness, the races, as I've learned from the first island, is a very good way of finding all the
Orbs.
bosses. Yeah, because basically like you once you drive past them, they wait until the race is over to give you the dossier, and it's like, oh, that's handy. Because I think I found 2 or 3 doing it that way, and was very effective.
Mm.
So again, now this is me checking who to go for next. So it looks like our next target is Golikov, I think it was. I'm trying to get the name again. So yeah, these are all the different aspects of the Volk we're trying to get rid of here, which would be ideal.
Like I do find that funny. It's the fact that like, right, you got rid of one. There's one on the dossier there, and there's a whole fucking. You would think this agency would have like the info on these people readily available for you, so that way you can be like, okay, they're here, they're here, they're here. Right, either I can avoid it or I can go after them.
Yeah.
One or the other.
But then where's the fun in that, Foxy? Like half the battle is discovering these things along the way and developing as a person to become a killing machine of the highest degree. It's me now realizing that, oh god, I have a choice between a heavy duty truck or hatchbacks. The 2 worst cars in the game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't know what it is sometimes where like, this is definitely carryover from when I used to play GTA. I think particularly San Andreas, where like maybe like you're stuck at the countryside or something and you need to get a car from A to B, and you're kind of
The only
like,
thing that would appear is a truck.
The fucking same trucks that are just like, I don't want them. They're awful. Or in the city centers where you get these like that awful 2-door car that's like egregiously slow and unpleasant. I was like, no, I don't want that either. Give me a better one.
That was very smart of the police to drive right in front of you.
Right in my fire line, yeah, that was actually that was very decent of them.
Remember, skills for kills, Agent. Skills for
Like a fucking missile silo, like right there.
Yeah. You could say the Volk are quite forward with their intentions. Whee! And we've already just happened to find the next sub boss that we're looking to kill, Gershonova. Gershonova? I hardly know her. That's another joke.
Whee!
I had no reason to do that, but I did anyway.
That's when you need it. There's a group.
Yeah.
Armor. You sure do like to push.
Oh.
What the hell are you playing at?
So you can see my point when you see overwhelming numbers.
They just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like obviously that's obviously the gimmick of the group because like, you know, Volk, German for people. I get that. And I think they did like foreshadow that the triad are doing like have got like mutants and stuff like that. Which again, take that off your fucking bingo card. Mutants in a fucking sandbox game.
You're right there.
Yeah, literally, I'm not even remotely trying to play fair here. I'm trying to cheese it as best I can because look at how many people there are. Fuck that.
Yeah, you may as well get it while you're passing it.
That's it. When you're there.
Jesus, like
Like, that haven't even had a chance to start.
A grenade down there.
Yeah.
Worked.
This is the guy. I just got hit like a fucking one hit punch.
It's like a James Bond movie where they just suddenly have the upper hand and they catch you off guard.
Yeah, quite literally
Bang.
that's all it was.
You wake up in their trap, it's like, do you want me to talk? No, I expect you to die and have a very cheap funeral.
Perhaps it's a bad time to mention that I regenerate. Ah, fuck. Also, I have to appreciate how many fucking long throwers are in this group. Like, there's some serious fucking quarterbacks in these gangs.
Like, have they got the guy that throws the cans, the Steve Austin? Because that guy had fucking immaculate fucking aim.
he can reach, yeah. Fucking hell.
Like, I remember seeing it, like, I don't know if you remember seeing the clip where, like, Austin is on the ramp.
Mm.
And from across the ring, across the stage, all the way up, it's like, what the fuck?
I know, that is...
And the camera picked up the shot as well. Like,
yeah.
You're just like, bang. It's like, fuck.
Well, again, the throw, we mentioned in football a few weeks ago, like, the art of the long throw is a funny one. And it is, like, you ever see a long throw, you're going like, how the fuck did they do that? You know, because we have an Irish player who famously pioneered it. And like, he was in a team that was like almost historically unfashionable when it comes to football. So like they heavily relied on the fact that he can do these like massive throws from like one end to the pitch to the other. And to the extent where like again the ball just ends up in the box and you know like opponents don't know how to deal with it because it never shows up in their coaching. Like how do you deal with a fucking ball just suddenly like hit at a certain weird angle that you can't clear? You know. But all of it is literally the angle of which they're throwing it. It is literally the arc. It is a like normally when you're throwing a ball like that, you do this kind of like upward like U-shaped motion, whereas these guys are throwing it flat like this, so the ball stays on a kind of a flat like arc and doesn't go down. It stays straight. So then when people are looking at going like, oh fuck, I can't control it because it's staying at the same height. It's not dipping, so they can't control it. It sounds stupid, but it actually is that simple. And I'd say a man who throws the can, he's able to actually, he has his throwing technique perfectly, that the speed never changes because it's not dipping or lifting up or down, you know. I mean, again, people who are quarterbacks would know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.